What we know about the Louisville shooting. On Monday, at least 4 people were killed and 9 were injured in a shooting in Louisville, Kentucky, according to police. The shooter is also dead, officers said. Calls came in for an active aggressor around 8:30 this morning in the 300 block E Main at the Old National Bank, LMPD, at LMPD, April 10, 2023. The shooting took place around 8:38 a.m. ET in the first-floor conference room of Old National Bank in downtown Louisville. The 4 reported dead are Joshua Barrick, Thomas Elliott, Juliana Farmer, and James Tutt. Of the 9 people who were injured, 3 are in critical condition, 3 are in non-critical condition, and 3 have been released from the hospital. According to police, 2 of the injured were responding police officers, including one, Nicholas Wilt, who was shot in the head, and is now in critical condition. Police have also identified the shooter as a 23-year-old white man who was employed at Old National Bank, and who was killed by officers on the scene. According to CNN, the shooter was told that he would be fired from the bank after working there full-time for more than a year. Interim Louisville Police Chief Jacqueline Guinville said the shooter used a rifle during the attack, live-streamed the shooting, and had no prior engagement with police. The shooting in Louisville follows other recent workplace shootings, including at a mushroom farm in Half Moon Bay, California, in January, and at a Walmart in Chesapeake, Virginia, in November 2022. Guinville, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg, and Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear addressed the shooting during a press briefing on Monday afternoon. Beshear called Elliott, one of the victims, one of his closest friends, and said he was someone who helped advise the governor both on his law career and fatherhood. Beshear added that a second friend he thought had been killed was actually injured and is currently hospitalized. Beshear called for Louisville and the state to focus efforts on the loved ones of those killed and injured on Monday, noting that we'll talk about issues in the days to come. Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul also expressed their condolences for the families of the victims, but refrained from any acknowledgement of the need for gun reforms. Some text goes here: when will Republicans in Congress act to protect our communities? Some text goes here. Acts of violence like this hurt, Beshear said. They tear at the fabric of who we are, at our society, at our state, at our country, and this city. Today, I'm hurt and I'm hurting, and I know so many people out there are, as well. The Louisville bank shooting follows more than 100 mass shootings that have taken place this year, including the school shooting at Covenant School in Nashville in late March that left 6 people dead. The country's large number of shootings points to the unique problem that the U.S., which has a significantly high rate of civilian gun ownership relative to other countries, has with firearms. A second shooting in the Louisville area on Tuesday at Jefferson Community and Technical College only served to underscore the pervasiveness of gun violence. At least 1 person was killed and another injured in that shooting, which is not believed to be connected to the Old National Bank mass shooting. According to the Gun Violence Archive, which defines mass shootings as an incident in which 4 or more people are shot, the Louisville incident marks the 146th mass shooting in the U.S. in 2023. That's far more than other places. While it accounts for 5% of the world's population, the U.S. made up 31% of the public mass shootings that occurred globally between 1966 and 2012, according to a 2016 study from University of Alabama criminal justice professor Adam Lankford. The U.S. also has more civilian-owned guns than any other country in the world, with one 2018 estimate putting the number at 1,205 firearms per 100 residents. For comparison, the countries with the next highest civilian gun ownership levels are Yemen, at 528 firearms per 100 residents, and Montenegro, at 391 firearms per 100 residents. As Vox's Nicole Neria has explained, researchers have identified clear links between gun ownership and gun violence. Notably, A study from the gun control advocacy group Everytown for Gun Safety has also found that states with weaker gun laws have higher rates of gun violence. According to Everytown, Kentucky is among the states with weaker laws, with legislators rolling back a permit requirement for carrying concealed handguns in 2019. The Kentucky legislature also recently passed Second Amendment sanctuary legislation that directs local law enforcement to ignore federal firearms bans. More aggressive gun reforms, like an assault weapons ban, have been stymied at the federal level due to Republican opposition. Last year, Congress passed a bipartisan gun control package that included a narrow set of reforms including funding for states to implement red flag laws, more screening for gun buyers under 21, and a crackdown on illegal guns. Republicans, who have close ties to the National Rifle Association and who fear backlash from their base voters, have broadly signaled, however, that they aren't interested in doing more on the issue at this time.